The judge, Anna Napolitano, Fox News senior judicial analyst, is joining me now here in the studio. And, Judge, good morning to you.
Bill.
Gripping interview this morning on the Today Show.
Yes.
This happened live with Tamron Hall and Matt Lauer when the man who is responsible for that building said the following.
I'm only here to say one thing, that I am incredibly sorry, and that everything that I did was to make this a stronger, more beautiful community, and to bring people together. People didn't walk through those doors because it was a horrible place. Did I know there was going to be a fire? Did I remove my children from the space and get a hotel because I wanted to avoid this, because I wanted to cast blame on other people? No, because I wanted to get a good night's sleep with my children. I don't want to let the young people do what they needed to do. I'm not going to answer these questions the way that you're presenting them.
Can I ask you if
I'm an honorable man. I'm a proud man. No, I'm not going to answer these questions on this level.
Are you worried that you will be charged?
I'd rather get on the floor and be trampled by the parents. I'd rather let them tear at my flesh than answer these ridiculous questions.
So a lot of people are hurting.
Right.
Clearly, and for very good reason. Let's talk about the law. In California, what's it mean for him?
This is probably a case of criminally negligent homicide, which is the maintenance of a facility with such a high degree of recklessness and indifference to human life where death occurs. It's not murder, because he didn't intend the death of anyone, but he created a fire trap. He created a situation where it was nearly impossible to leave the fire trap, and that's what we call criminally negligent homicide. So you're talking about 20 years in jail per death, so effectively life in prison if they decide to charge him with this.
Would you expect that, or is this too soon?
It is a little soon, because much of their evidence has been destroyed, and they basically have to reconstruct what they thought the evidence was before it was destroyed. They have experts who can do this. Oakland is a large city, and certainly the state of California has people that do this. But somebody needs to be charged. Now you might say, well, what about the city of Oakland? They kept inspecting this place, they kept finding this fire trap, and they didn't do anything about it. State of California has given its municipal officials immunity from criminal or civil liability for the negligent performance of their duties.
The state has done that.
Yes, as has every state in the union.
Okay, all right. Well, that makes a difference.
Yeah, it's not just California.
Just come back to this interview this morning. I'm watching it, I'm thinking, not a smart move.
No, you're thinking he's admitting guilt.
No, that's not what I'm thinking. I'm thinking, why are you doing this? He's clearly a man who's grieving and is very much mixed up in his own emotions, and understandably so. Yeah. But let your lawyers do this.
Right. I don't know that this fellow has lawyers or sought legal advice yet. No lawyer who was aware of the law in this case would have permitted him to appear on any television interview show. On the other side, the facts are pretty clear here. This is pretty clearly a fire trap with no means of escape, and there's very little he could say on air that could make the situation worse or that could make it better.
That's an interesting point. Given what we watched this morning, does that help him or hurt him, or neither?
You know, it shows him as a person who's terribly grieving, who's not entirely there, who you know, can't tolerate the situation. Is it evidence of his guilt? Probably not. The evidence of his guilt will be the forensic reconstruction of what the place looked like at the time of the fire and why these people couldn't get out.
36 families now living with a whole new reality.
Right.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome, Bill.
Martha, what's